Good morning, Keyboard Cowboys. It's Monday, July 26th. Mondays, right? Who among us hasn't hated Mondays for the first years of their life? Getting up and going to school, learning crap you don't want to learn, eating shitty cafeteria food, and dealing with those brats that people call teenagers. Mondays. But frankly, what I hate more than a Monday is a Sunday. It's the day before Monday, the day of dreading, the day when you have to do things in preparation for Monday. And the only thing worse than a terrible day is doing things to get ready for a terrible day. You have to get your homework done, but the chances are you're going to procrastinate until about 2 hours before bedtime, right? You spend most of the day worrying about that homework because there's nobody to hang out with early in the morning because everyone's got church. I mean, I like churches. They're pretty, but I wouldn't want to sit in one. And then finally you get around to doing that work and then you just go to Monday and you start over again. After all, in the American education system, the first day of the week usually sucks ass. So I guess it would make sense that the first day of the week is actually Sunday, not Monday. I have the unfortunate disposition of being a workaholic and a lazy person, though I guess maybe that's not true. It's not so much I'm lazy as I don't really give a crap about all the stuff that doesn't matter to me. Wow. That's pretty selfish when you actually just say it. I think we should say stuff like that more often. I don't care about you. You bore me. I don't want to help you because there's nothing in it for me. Of course, though, that's what the selfish us wants. It just wants to go on and do what it does. Do what it does? But what does it do? Selfish shit, mostly. It doesn't really matter, though. Then, the other you, the one that's in charge of morality, steps in and says, no, you know better than that. And thank God for that guy. Maybe it's just a good thing that we're fragmented as we are. Not quite whole. After all, if we were completely one way or another, what good would that do us? That doesn't sound very interesting. And if we were whole anyway, there wouldn't be any struggle, right? If we were whole, we wouldn't really need anything to do here. Though ironically, that's the goal of lots of religions. To make us all whole. And isn't that funny? Whole. Whole. Being whole versus having a whole. I wonder who made that up. Clever son of a bitch. And maybe that's why procrastination doesn't really work for me, considering that I'm a workaholic. When I procrastinate, I don't just put things off. It drives me crazy. Anything I do that isn't work makes me anxious thinking about the work that I'm gonna have to do. As you can see, I don't really handle stress all that well. So what am I working so hard at, right? Well, I don't know. I like to work on different projects. I'm going to be teaching a class in fall of 2011 at my college. I'm also working on illustrating my mom's cookbook. And yet those last two things, which are so important, I've been putting off for a long time and I'm only getting around to them now. Why? I don't know. Maybe I'm just afraid of making a schedule, or commitment, or something stupid like that. I could say that I'm just waiting for inspiration. But please, inspiration? You've got to be kidding. I talk amongst my vlogging friends and they'll sometimes ask me, how do you do it? How do you make so many videos so often? There's no magic trick, there's no formula, you just do it. You just get up in the morning for that daylight light you like and then you start filming. Then people will say, I don't have the inspiration, I don't feel creative. I'm not inspired. I kind of scorn people like that. I go to an art school. Every week we have to create about 4 different art pieces that we don't feel inspired to do. Teachers tell us to make something and our creative input is minimal. What we're given is a set of parameters and we have to make something within those parameters, yet still make something interesting and unique. Oh, and it also has to be good. People who complain that they can't get inspired are people who aren't going to have work in the future. Try telling that to your boss as a freelance artist. I'm just not inspired. And what does that even mean, inspired? You had an idea? Well, great. Are you going to do something with that, or do you have so few ideas that you're afraid you'll never have another one? See, I don't think it works like that. The more ideas you make and put into action, the more ideas you're going to have. In fact, the less you do something, the worse you're going to get at it. So what is it if not waiting for inspiration? I don't know. Laziness? Plain fear? The fear that what you make isn't going to be good enough? I know that's a big fear for every artist. The main reason we don't want to start something. What if it's not good enough? Well, if it's not good enough, you throw it away and try it again. Otherwise, you can just put the pencil down and stop trying. You either keep making things or you stop entirely. You retire. I guess really that's the point at which you become an old person. When you no longer are able to do the things that you want to do. So I guess that's me. I end up getting frustrated with a lot of people. My advice is a lot blunter than most. Some people like to hear all that self-motivation bullcrap. You can do it, just believe in yourself. Fuck that. I'll believe in myself when I do something worth believing in. The most obvious advice is usually the best advice. Just get out there and do stuff. Happy Monday, Keyboard Cowboys. It's the start of a new week.